Drew Martz with Eugene Airport. He says if you're flying out of Oregon, the policy is simple.
What that means for the traveler is from the time they enter airport property and through the time they exit their destination airport, a mask is required to be worn at all times.
Outside of entities like these, business owners will have the choice whether they'd like to enforce a mask mandate or not. Coming up at 6, hear from Lane Transit Districts about their take on the new rule. Reporting live in Eugene, Chris Lindsay, KZI 9 News.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. We continue our team coverage with Mike Cerullo and a look at what the new guidelines mean for gym operations. Mike?
Well, Matt, the owner here at InShape Athletic Club in Eugene tells me she's excited and looking forward to allowing members to come remove their masks during their workouts to breathe freely. But the new guidelines from the CDC have created some confusion on just how she can do that. When these new guidelines take place, they will only apply to people who are fully vaccinated, meaning those who are 2 weeks past their final dose. Melissa Nickel owns InShape Athletic Club in Eugene, and she says, well, she's excited to welcome customers back for maskless workouts when it's safe to do so. She's not sure how to go about verifying whether her clients have been vaccinated or not.
It's going to be a tough one. So getting into people's medical history, as you know, can be privileged information, and trying to vet somebody out when they're just trying to come in for a workout feels very awkward for both the staff and the member. So I'm, again, looking for kind of information and guidance to see how to go with that.
When I finished talking to Nickel, she got an email from Lane County saying the changes for masks weren't in effect yet for local businesses, but they would be changing soon. Now, the Oregon Health Authority is encouraging businesses to start creating a plan to check patrons' vaccination statuses or keep their mask mandates in place. Now, coming up in the 6 o'clock hour, hear from a local restaurant owner who's asking customers to be patient and kind to her server. Reporting live in Eugene, Mike Cerullo, KZI 9 News.
Mike, thank you very much. Douglas County is making an effort to get teenagers vaccinated this weekend. There's going to be a mass vaccination clinic at the Douglas County Fairgrounds in Roseburg tomorrow for anyone 12 and up. Public Health Officer Bob Dannenhofer says he knows there is still some vaccine hesitancy among the community, especially in minors, but he wants people to know the shot will only benefit them in the long run.
The vaccine is shown to be incredibly safe and incredibly effective. For example, last week, among all of our cases, not a single person was vaccinated.
And the clinic will run from 9 until 3 tomorrow. You can sign up for an appointment on the Douglas Public Health Network website, or you can just show up. Now, with all the options to get vaccinated, we are making it as easy as possible to find the best option for you and your family. Just go to our website and click on the link that says, when and where can I get my vaccine? We have information for Coos, Benton, Lane, Lynn, and Douglas counties. Health officials in Oregon are reporting 10 new deaths tonight, and that brings our state total now to 2,582. There are 713 new COVID cases, and that pushes our total to more than 194,500. A warning tonight about black bears. The Department of Fish and Wildlife says they know of 4 inside Eugene city limits in residential areas. And KZI 9 News reporter Connor McCarthy joins us live to explain what's drawing them in. Connor.
Well, Matt, as temperatures warm up and the sun stays out, wildlife in Western Oregon is starting to wake up from winter. The ODFW says on top of the 4 bears they know of, there are probably more out there, and they're hungry. Each spring, the bears go looking for food, and since berries aren't available yet, they're checking out garbage cans, bird feeders, and barbecues. One expert told us the bears are also attracted to food wrappers, air fresheners, and even hand lotion left inside cars not parked in a garage.
We need the community's help in removing food attractants that are drawing these bears inside the city limits. And if everybody does their part and removes these food attractants, the bears will leave on their own and go back out to natural areas and live their life as wild bears.
He says if a bear does establish a food source inside a residential area, they will have to kill it. The Department of Fish and Wildlife says there are about 30,000 black bears living in Oregon, and they say this is normal every year, so the public shouldn't be alarmed. And Matt, though having bears in the city does seem scary, a black bear attack on a human is actually pretty rare. According to ABC News, a black bear attack happens every 1 in a million, and they say black bears are just as scared as you, as you are of them. Live in Eugene, Connor McCarthy, KZI 9 News.
Now, your first forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dylan Robichaud.
Wow, May has certainly been a warm one. 9 out of the last 12 days have been abnormally warm. Here's a look at the calendar for the Valley, and you'll see that we've had several very warm days just this week. The reason why I show you this calendar is because things have been pretty warm, as you know, the past several days. But next week, we'll be looking at just the opposite. We're going to be seeing a whole lot of below normal days, and I'll have more on that coming up here in about 15 minutes. Meantime, right now, the Umpqua Basin, happy Friday. TGIF, we have made it to the weekend, and we can see that we have great visibility out there because the air quality is perfect. From Seattle right on through the I-5 corridor, not looking at any problems here at home. That is certainly some good news. Look at that, 79 degrees right here in Eugene. Along the coast, so when you factor in that wind, things are definitely pretty chilly out there. On your Saturday morning, it'll be comfortable here in the middle end of the 40s. We'll be warming up to around 80 by tomorrow afternoon. How about that wind along the coast, though? Look right here at Newport, 18 miles per hour, 22 mile per hour winds coming in from the north. And as we head toward this evening, we'll be looking at winds gusting up to and possibly over 20, maybe even 25 miles per hour this evening heading into tonight. Now, coming up in a few minutes, we're tracking a very active pattern for this time next week. I'll have more on that coming up, Matt.
All right, Dylan, thank you. New information now on a missing Eugene man. His friends say their worst fears have come true after his body was found earlier this week. Portland police say the body of 37-year-old Michael Watts was found in the Willamette River near the Fremont Bridge on Tuesday. He had been missing for almost 2 weeks after traveling to Portland from Eugene. Friends say Watts was on the phone with his girlfriend the night he disappeared. He told her he was being chased, and the call ended. The cause and manner of death have not been determined, but a friend and a co-worker of Michael's suspects foul play.
I'm postponing processing his loss until a little bit later, because right now I feel the most important thing is to find out what happened and who's responsible.
A vigil is planned for tomorrow in Portland to honor Watts, who was a security guard and also known for his performances as a Freddie Mercury impersonator at a Portland nightclub. And new information now about a little boy's fall from a second-story window in Eugene earlier this week. A woman inside the apartment when it happened Wednesday morning told us a babysitter had left the window open. And now we've learned that is not the case. The woman who made this statement says she's not sure why she said what she did, and we spoke with the babysitter today.
When I went upstairs, I went straight into the bathroom and then went right down the stairs because there was kids downstairs I had to take care of. I didn't even let the kids go upstairs and play by themselves.
Now, the little boy suffered significant brain and facial injuries. He is still in a Portland hospital, and Eugene police are still investigating. Students at Kelly Middle School are back to distance learning through next week because of a problem with the gymnasium's roof. Forget School District officials are working with engineers and contractors to address the structural issue. You can see there in the building in the 800 block of Howard Avenue. They say 2 roof trusses are failing in the inner gym, and they're trying to figure out what it will take to shore up the failing components and fix the problem. A Sweet Home woman found guilty of trying to kill her husband will be sentenced in a little bit more than a week. Police say 64-year-old Mary Roquefort shot her husband in December of 2019 in the 1300 block of Clark Mill Road. He was conscious and alert, and he survived. A jury found her guilty of attempted second-degree murder on Wednesday, and she will be sentenced on the 25th. University of Oregon says they are hiring 12 new police officers, and 7 positions will be replaced by unarmed officers. Now, those unarmed officers will mainly work on security patrols and non-emergency calls, and they will no longer wear typical police-style uniforms. And this comes as the department launches its new Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiative. The first step is to form a diversity oversight committee made up of students, staff, and faculty to improve the department. They'll also help officers find ways to positively engage with outside groups. 93 people have applied for the 12 positions, and they hope to have them all filled by the beginning of next school year. Women's golf team at Oregon State University has once again had their season cut short. You will hear from one player who is calling out the NCAA for how they handled their golf regionals next on KEZI 9 News at 5.
You're watching KEZI 9 News at 5, live, local, late breaking.
At Keefer Kia, we have a sale every single day. Put 0 money down and no payments for 90 days, and at $216 a month, we can put you into a 2021 Kia Forte or Kia Soul. Why would you buy anywhere else? At Keefer Kia, we do sell cars every day.
big league performance in your backyard. With battery power made by Steel. Our AK Homeowner Series starts at just $199.99. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Pick up now at over 10,000 local Steel dealers.
Mom's gonna kill us.
Gorilla Super Glues. Of course.
Gorilla has a fix for every project. Original brush and nozzle and ultra controlled gel for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Ladies, check it out. So strong, so not ripped.
What are we talking about?
That's the Hefty Ultra Strong bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Give me the bag.
Get Hefty Ultra Strong at a low price.
At Kiefer Kia, we have a sale every single day. Put zero money down and no payments for 90 days. And at $216 a month, we can put you into a 2021 Kia Forte or Kia Soul. Why would you buy anywhere else? At Kiefer Kia, we do sell cars every day.
Get Storm Tracker 9 forecasts right at your fingertips with KEZI's Storm Tracker 9 to-go weather app.
With late-breaking forecasts and weather alerts customized to your zip code.
Get live streaming forecasts and personalized hour-by-hour breakdowns of your weather from the Storm Tracker 9 weather team. Stay ahead of severe weather with Storm Tracker 9 app alerts.
Wherever you are, whenever you need it, stay connected with the Storm Tracker 9 weather app from KEZI 9 News.
Sponsored by Pacific Cascade Federal Credit Union. Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News at 5 with Matt Templeman, Renee McCullough, and Chief Meteorologist Dylan Robichaud.
Trending now, an Oregon State University golfer is one of many to call out the NCAA after they stopped the women's golf regionals in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Now, NCAA officials say the course was still playable after 7 inches of rain, but not at a championship level. Now, the decision caused outrage among players, including Nicole Schroeder of Oregon State.
It was shock, it was frustration, it was sad, it was anger, all of the things, because there was nothing that I could do about it. It really felt like all of the measures were not taken, and I believe it could have been taken or had the ability to take those measures if we were treated as equally.
Schroeder believes that if it were a major money-making sport or if they were men, the NCAA wouldn't have done this. And this comes only months after Oregon basketball's Sedona Prince went viral online, calling out the NCAA for the difference in the weight rooms, food, and COVID testing between the men's and women's NCAA tournaments. Her video got more than 17 million views. Schroeder hopes this cancellation sparks change.
My message to the NCAA is we need to be better. I hope that we are the last people that ever experience this pain because of others not simply doing the most for us.
Right now, the top 6 teams based on original seeding will advance without playing. The University of Oregon is part of that group, but not Oregon State University, and this is the second year in a row Oregon State's season was cut short last year because of COVID-19. A Douglas County man has big plans for a piece of property that sits near downtown Roseburg. The 25-acre Elk Island sits along the South Umpqua River right under Reservoir Hill. Now, longtime resident Bernard Woodard, he closed on the property yesterday with his property management group, Elk Island Trading. He says they eventually hope to turn the island into a public recreation area. He says it will take some time to get cleaned up, so they hope to get some homeless people to help out in exchange for temporarily living on the island.
Offer it for homeless people to have a place to come securely sit or camp and have a safe place with respect that they can help us clean the place up and put gardens on it.
And he expects cleanup to take about a year. He hopes to turn the space into a fishing area with seasonal camping.
Right now we are tracking wet roadways up across the Cascade Passes. We are tracking some storms up there too. If you're going to be traveling up there this weekend though, looking at really nice weather. No problem Saturday, Sunday, or Monday for that matter. By Tuesday we'll be looking at rain, and then by Wednesday we get some colder air. We'll be looking at a mix of rain and snow. Here in Eugene, there's Coburg Road right there, looking at no problems on any of the major areas. Highway 5 not looking at any issues too, but as per normal, as you get toward Delta Highway and Coburg Road, we are looking at some slowdowns here on Beltline east and westbound. Coming up in a few minutes, we are tracking storms across the Cascades. I'll have more on that in 2 minutes.
Stay with KEZI 9 News for local coronavirus vaccine updates. What you need to know.
Brenner's Furniture and Mattresses Memorial Day sale is going on now, and they are fully stocked with furniture that can be delivered now. Brenner's is fully stocked on sofas, sectionals, and recliner sofas. They're fully stocked on dining rooms, bedrooms, and mattresses too. Brenner's has hundreds of items in stock and ready for immediate delivery now. And get up to 48 months free financing on approved credit. Shop the Brenner's Memorial Day sale going on now. Brenner's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture for everyone.
I'm Marin Gray. I got my shot. Now it's your turn.
I got my shot. Now it's your turn, Douglas County.
I got my shot. Now it's your turn.
Now it's your turn.
It's your turn.
Hola, me llamo Patricia. Yo ya me puse la vacuna. Ahora le toca a usted.
Everyone in Douglas County above 16 years of age is now eligible for the COVID vaccine. It's your turn. For vaccine information, contact your primary care provider. Call any local Douglas County pharmacy, talk to your employer, or visit DougCovaccine.com.
It's your turn.
Hi, I'm Tim Williams, partner and trial attorney at Dwyer Williams Chircos. Our client was driving on I-5 when a semi merged into his lane, forcing him into a concrete barrier, causing a bad crash. He suffered serious injuries, huge medical bills, and was unable to return to work. The insurance company took the position that our client wasn't really injured and only offered a small settlement. I tried the case against a high-powered defense team and won. The jury awarded our client nearly $4.5 million.
What's a life worth? Who gets to decide? Nancy Pelosi thinks the government does. Under Pelosi's socialist drug takeover plan, Washington controls the prescription drug market. That means fewer breakthrough cures and less innovation like the COVID vaccine. With Washington in charge, maybe the life-saving medicine you need still gets made. Or maybe it doesn't. Call Peter DeFazio. Tell him to stop Pelosi's socialist drug takeover plan.
Now, we all know Progressive offers 24/7 protection, but we also bundle outdoor vehicles with home and auto to help people save more.
Oh. What are you all doing in my daydream?
It's better than that presentation.
A lot better.
You know, whether it's a fraction or a decimal, it's still fun, you know?
Now, Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Dylan Robichaud.
Get a look here at this shot sent in from Dexter Lake at some of those thunderstorms out across the Cascades. And this is Oregon, if I've ever seen it. Quintessential shot of Oregon here as we head into spring and summertime. Some of those cloud top heights getting pretty tall there. And of course, today we had all the correct ingredients in the atmosphere, a little bit of instability to juice up some of those storms. Also, this right here is my favorite. Let me step out of the way. Earlier today, we had stable air, so we had no clouds, but then bam, as soon as we head toward noontime, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we got that instability, and you can see that we had those storms up and over the Cascades. Now, from Salem down to Roseburg, everybody is completely dry. There's a lot of lightning coming out of these storms here, and so if you're traveling on Highway 58, Highway 20, Highway 126, just kind of keep in mind that you will be running into some heavy downpours today. Even eastern parts of Douglas County, we're looking at some thunderstorms too. And we're looking at cloud top heights up to 30,000 feet. So at this point, there is the possibility of some small hail out of these storms this evening. How about the rest of us? When can we expect rain? The weekend is dry, so any plans that you have outside this weekend, thumbs up, you have the green light. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, though, that's when things become more interesting for us. Here's a look at how things break down. So tomorrow and Sunday, high pressure is going to keep us sunny and dry, but the change comes here on Tuesday. By Tuesday, we have our first system moving in, and this is early in the morning at 6:30. Offshore, we have that rain, and then as we head toward Wednesday, they become more widespread. Right now, it looks like Wednesday and Thursday, we could be looking at widespread showers, possibly even heading into Thursday night and into Friday of this week. So exactly what the doctor ordered. That is great news considering how dry the vegetation is this time of the year. For tomorrow, we'll be looking at 83 Mackenzie Bridge, a really nice day for you, 80 here in Oak Ridge, and a great day to get outside and do some barbecuing, 81 up there in Corvallis for your high temperature tomorrow. But then here we go, more clouds, more showers, and cooler temperatures as we head toward next week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be in the mid to upper end of the 80s. Look at the Umpqua Basin. You go from 84 degrees here on Sunday all the way down to 63 degrees on Wednesday. That's more than a 20-degree drop in your temperature just over a few days. As we head down to the Cascades, we'll be looking at rain initially, then a rain-snow mix here on Wednesday, and then as we finally get some cold air, we'll be looking at snow for Thursday and Friday. As we head down to the valley, we'll be looking at lower 80s Saturday and Sunday. Monday is kind of the transition day where we go from the 80s to the 70s. And then by Wednesday, things will be a whole lot cooler with highs only in the lower end of the 60s. And we will get some sun breaks here or there. But generally speaking, I would plan on having the rain gear handy as we head back to work early next week, especially here on Tuesday as we see those showers moving back into the region.
All right. Thank you very much, Dylan. Most of us know if you get one dose of the Moderna vaccine, you need to get Moderna 4.